Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel The Petri Dish. In today's video, we are going to understand the basic concept of genetics through this very simple and beautiful flowchart. We will cover the haploid and diploid cells, chromosomes, genes, alleles, homozygous and heterozygous characteristics, dominant and recessive characteristics, genotype and phenotype. All this in 6 minutes. So stay tuned till the end of the video. So let us begin from the top of the chart. So cell can be of two types. One is haploid cell and one is diploid cell. Haploid cell contains only single set of chromosome. Okay, and diploid cell contains two sets of chromosome. Okay, that means one pair of chromosome. Here it is N structure and here it is 2N structure. Okay, 2N structure means two sets of chromosome and haploid means one set of chromosome. Chromosome can be of two types again, that is autosome and sex chromosome. Okay, both haploid and diploid cell contain the chromosome. What are chromosomes? Chromosomes are actually the long thread-like structure made up of DNA and protein. It contains the DNA and proteins. Okay, so chromosome is made up of these two things. Each chromosome can contain multiple number of genes. Inside the chromosome, multiple number of genes can be present. Okay, sometimes these genes are located together and then they are inherited as linked genes. Okay, now we will move on to the next part, that is gene. A gene is a segment of the DNA that carries the information for a specific trait. That can be height, that can be eye color, that can be your hair color. Okay, so gene carries the information which is getting passed on from one generation to the other generation. Every gene have alternative version. Okay, that variation is called alleles. Okay, opposite variation will be present. Okay, opposite pairs. Each gene has this kind of pair, that is called alleles. Okay, now these alleles can be of two types. One is dominant one and another is recessive one. Okay, dominant allele expresses its effect only if one copy is present. Suppose capital T and small t. So this T is dominant here and it will express it as a tall characteristics. In case of pea plant, you have learnt in Mendel's experiment, monohybrid experiment, right? So in case of tea plant, capital T is dominant and small t is recessive. So that is why what is happening, capital T small t, and it is expressing as a tall characteristics. So whenever it single allele is present, if it is a dominant character, then it can express itself. A recessive allele expressed whenever it is present two copies of the alleles is present together. Small t, it is the recessive characteristics, then only it can represent itself. Okay, during the recessive characteristics, homozygous condition is necessary. Okay, two identical alleles should be there. Small t, it represents the dwarf characteristics. Yes, okay. Dominant characteristics can be of two types, that is capital T and capital T small t. Capital T is again homozygous. Whenever same allele is present together, that is homozygous condition, and whenever different allele is present, that is heterozygous condition. But even if one single allele is present in homozygous or heterozygous, only single one allele is present, that dominant allele, still it will express the characteristics. Okay, that is the character of dominant allele. Okay, it can express itself even if it is present only one single allele. But for the recessive allele, two alleles are essential. Okay, next is homozygous and heterozygous condition. Okay, after this homozygous and heterozygous condition, it carries the phenotype and genotype. This capital T and small t and capital T small t, this kind of things all comes under this genotype, right? And genotype affects the phenotype. As I was saying, that capital T and this capital T small t, they are expressing the tall characteristics, and this small t it is giving the dwarf characteristics. So this is the phenotype. Any kind of morphological features that we can see, that is called phenotype. Okay, so genotype and the environment both are affecting the phenotype of an individual. So let me again go through this heterozygous and homozygous condition. Heterozygous condition means whenever two different alleles are present together. That is heterozygous condition. For example, this one, capital T, small t. This is a heterozygous condition. And homozygous condition means what? Whenever the two alleles are identical. That is small t or capital T, capital T. Okay. So, simplified definition is heterozygous mean different allele, homozygous mean same allele. Next, chromosomes are of two types. I have already told you, that is, one is autosome and one is sex chromosome. Autosome may mostly control what is the function of the autosome. Okay, autosome mostly control the body traits like height, blood group, skin color, all those. And sex chromosomes determine the gender. Sex chromosome determine the gender of some individual, of any kind of individual, or also the sex related characteristics or traits. Okay, there are two types of sex chromosome, as you all know, X and Y. XX represents the female and XY represent the male. Okay, now the genotype, I have already told you, the genetic makeup of an organism is the genotype. This is what we are writing here. Capital T, capital T, capital T, small t, capital T, small t, small t. All of these are genetic combination or genetic makeup of an organism. This is known as genotype. And phenotype is the result of the genotype and the environment. What is phenotype? The physical expression, like tall plant, dwarf plant, brown eyes, blue eyes. These are the phenotype. Okay. So now to conclude this, I think this flowchart has beautifully connected all the foundation concepts of genetics, from haploid to diploid cells, from the chromosomes, genes, alleles, dominant and recessive traits, and genotype and phenotype. I hope you have understood all the things that I have discussed here. So if you want any more videos like this to clear your basic concept, you can ask me in the comment section. I will try to make videos on that. If you enjoyed this clear visual representation of this topic, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel, The Petri Dish. See you in the next video. Thank you for watching.